Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Krystal bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Miss T. Hey, Leo. Hope all is well. We are back. We are back with Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 51, Sugar Mama Drama. So, with that being said, hey Shayla, if I had to rate this episode, I'll give it a C minus. I mean, it's just the introduction, so it's probably going to be a little boring in the beginning. We're just getting the intros for the new cast, and thank God it's a new cast. Hey, Vanessa. I told my dad I had something to do. Just Adrian, love the support. Love the support. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all, crew. I thought my Instacart was gonna be here before I went live. And for whatever reason, they taking a long time for my Instacart to get here. So I may just for a smidge have to put y'all on pause because I can't be leaving my food outside if it get here while we on live. Okay. Just let you know. I thought it was gonna be here, but it ain't here. So yeah, I definitely would say I would say a C minus, a C minus. But definitely it can get pretty interesting. Of course, they dropped the little hints here and there on how much drama there can be. Hey, Joseph. Hello again. You was in the live earlier. I know. And that's I'm gonna get that grub. It's a C, but they get an A because they're new folks. Ain't that the truth? You know what? You know what's so crazy? People will steal your food out here. If it ain't people, we got wild animals like coyotes and raccoons who will eat your food out here. So as soon as I hear that Instacart coming, I gotta grab it and make sure it comes up in this house for sure. Hey y'all, hey Chris, I'm Blaze. Go ahead and blaze, baby girl. Go ahead and blaze. Yes, yes. What's up, Tracy? What's up, Tracy? So let's get into it with this interesting couples right here. This girl with the red hair, the black girl with the red hair, why she kind of remind me of what was her name? Renika? Was that her name? The one with the green and gold hair that was with La Citrus. Was her name Renika? She kind of give me Renika vibes. So, anyways, let's move on. So, Savannah and Bradley. Yeah, so okay, so it was Renika, Savannah and Bradley out of Richmond, VA. Now, there's one thing I will say about her. Yes, Monday is my baby girl. Oh, tell her I said happy birthday. It was Renika. Okay, she kind of reminded me of Renika. So Savannah and Bradley, they started dating 2 years ago after he was in jail, but they have known each other for 5 to 6 years. He was her herb man, if you know what I mean. And she's a recovering addict. Now, the way that she got addicted shook me, though. Okay. The way that she got addicted, the story that she said kind of gave me goosebumps. She said that she was with an H addict for 4 years. Okay. And like clockwork, he would relapse like every 3 months. But he had a little girl and she loved that little girl and took care of that little girl like that girl was her own. And she felt like that was her daughter, of course. And one day, I guess the dad and her got into it and he ends up leaving and taking the daughter with him. And I guess she never saw them again. And she couldn't cope with the fact that she was pretty much a mother to that little girl for 4 years. And then now all of a sudden she can't see that baby anymore. And that's what started her addiction. Okay. And she became a full-fledged junkie. I mean, trying all types of different things. So that kind of shook me because I don't think I've ever heard a story like that in regards to how you became an addict. Now, of course, usually what we hear is that the boyfriend or the girlfriend gets the other person addicted, but not a story like that. So with I literally, okay, see, this is why y'all crew, because we think so much alike, honey. So with that being said, she's only been sober for 2 years. Okay. And based on what we are hearing, it doesn't sound like Bradley is a sober mind person either. She done fell for the plug. Well, hello, Teeth. How you doing? Yeah, she fell for the plug for real, for real. And the plug don't sound like he's sober himself now. That's what the vibes I got. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the vibes I got. So with that, I guess he's gonna be out in 20 days. I think she was like, it's only 20 more days, bitch. And so she's happy about that. But at the end of the day, she said that God got her out, you know what I'm saying, of, her substance issues. And Bradley says he supports her, but as long as she doesn't push those morals on him, he's okay. And I'm like, what morals are you talking about? Staying clean? So what in the heck? Now this is love when someone at a Christmas party and still here wanting to chime in. That's when you know it's love. That's when you know it's love. And you want to talk about this new show. She definitely gonna be back on the wagon. I hope not. But the fact that he said as long as those morals, I don't think I'm about to follow those morals. I said, oh boy. So she lives, child, with her mama and her grandmama in this plantation house. I said the same thing. I said, this is like a plantation house. And as far as I see it, when we see houses like this, they should automatically go to African American descendants of slaves. Those should be our homes. We built them, so they should belong to us. Look like a plantation house, look like some slave owners had that house. I'm just saying. So, with that being said, she's staying with the mom and the grandma. The grandma's doing tacos that night. Mother is cooking. And she asks Bradley, what does he plan to do with his life? And what does he plan to do with her child? And how toxic their relationship is. The mother actually does advocacy work for people in prison. So, she knows Bradley's type. She knows Bradley's type. Sure, exactly. We built with sweat, tears, and being unalived and everything. So I like absolutely. I thought the exact same thing, especially when she said something about exactly. I was like, oh hell no. And after watching Bell Collective, when they went on a tour to a plantation, I'm like, I can't be doing this back to back. I can't be doing this back to back. My ancestors gonna come in me, and I'm gonna go, this ain't good. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just waiting for Jazz to be thrown out. Savannah did not want to help with those tacos. She didn't want to help with nothing. She just wanted to talk to her man. So, and sidebar, I didn't like the fact, I don't know, maybe I'm old school, but he straight up called her mama by her first name. Are we really at that point? Unless I guess the parent says it's okay. Even if the parent says it's okay, I would feel so uncomfortable. Maybe I'm old school, but he was talking to her like that was a homegirl. That is a mother. She's old enough to be your mother. Okay. So what's up, Ruby? I'm tipsy so far, Yuli. Not so, Lord. Oh Lord, Teeth is tipsy on live. Let us pray. Let us pray. I would dance like a ballerina all around the house. Child, people don't add avocado, pico de gallo. Child, I was just like, bless her heart, that food is probably bland as hell. But with that, her mother, she tries to give her mother the third degree because her mother was kind of questioning their relationship. And the mother, of course, is worried. You know what I mean? She talks about how, like she was always scared about, getting that phone call or whatever the case may be. And she doesn't want her to backtrack. And she has every right to be worried. She has every right to be worried. But definitely one thing about her, Savannah seems a little hard-headed. She seems to kind of be like, it's my life, even though you living under your mama's house. It's my life. I can do what I want type of situation. And the reality is the mom have every right to be worried, especially she does not want her backtracking and damn sure don't want her backtracking in that house because you know how that go. So that's why freaking Joey's mama didn't want him in her own house. Absolutely not. So we'll see how this goes. Apparently, he's supposed to be getting out in 20 days. Seems like a train wreck. Yeah, the mama's hair gives you late 80s, early 90s. Mama's hair gives you late 80s, early 90s. Like she is back stuck in 89, 90. She probably graduated from high school around that time too. She definitely is giving those old school vibes for sure. So with that being said, let's move on to Tia and Rob. Child, we got another Rob this season. We don't have teeny little fizzle pop, but we got a Tia. Tia is a beautiful girl. She representing for the Thickums, but a very pretty girl. Freaking wig was laid too, I must say. I had to at first take a look, but then when I saw the baby hairs, I said that definitely is a dead giveaway. But honestly, at first I was like, is that her hair when she was outside? And I was like, oh, okay. So, hair laid and everything. Real pretty girl. And Rob is a handsome guy himself. Okay. So at first I was like, okay, where are we going with this? She met him through her cousin's wife, which is Rob's sister, and they've been talking for 8 months. All right. Hey, Dr. Londi. You said you don't know about Rob. Okay, well, you tell me how you feel about Rob, girl. But yeah, so they've been talking for 8 months. Now he said he did come from a two-parent household. And it was filled with love, but financially, it was like good times, pretty much. Good times, hanging in the child line, good times. So it kind of his story kind of reminded me of Big Meech. I was like, okay, what you about to give a BMF story or something like that? Two-parent household, but still struggling. But yeah, so at that point, he started hustling. And then, child, again, the girl is beautiful. He's cute, but I just like he's been in jail. I think he said for 16 years. He been in there for a minute. He been Rob smile gives, don't trust him. Rob is handsome. Rob is in this show are not good. Exactly. Exactly. So with that being said, but hold up though. When I saw this, I said, damn, someone shanked his ass. I said, someone got him. And he survived. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But come to find out, it was a thyroid surgery. So I guess apparently, I don't know if he got that done while he was in prison, but it's a thyroid surgery. So he said he has to get it fixed. But when I saw that, I said, ooh, somebody got him. But that wasn't the case. So anywho, with that being said, so at that point, she is talking to him, and she was under the impression that the first 2 days that he would be out of prison, it was just going to be them two. But he has flipped the script and pretty much said, first day family, second day strippers. And that's just what it is. He want a Players Club atmosphere with the family reunion vibe. That's what he wants. And she said, hold up. What are you talking about? We were supposed to sit up there and, have our little time together. And now you want to change it up. So then she mentions she carries trauma from her last relationship. And I'm like, isn't that everybody on this damn show? I don't know anybody. Everybody on these shows have trauma. That's why they get casted. They all have trauma. They all have things that's going to stir the pot. So at that point, when she was saying she had trauma, she was all like almost crying when she just said that in the confessional. And I said, what in the hell is this trauma that she talking about? But with that being said, the next time we see her, she meets with her cousin who already got the sage, honey, and tarot cards out. Now, this is the cousin that introduced her to Rob and is married to Rob's sister. All right. So I'm like, okay, so we got another tarot card sit down. Like this is a Zaria situation, a Zuzu situation, right? Yeah. I would definitely say Rob is cuter than Troy. all day, every day. Rob is cuter than Joy. So with that, she sits down and she's asking all of these questions. And she pretty much tells Tia that his happiness is his family and how, this is going to be a good thing, so to speak. And then after that, she gets a card that says she needs to heal. And as soon as she gets that card, Tia begins to cry. And I said, this girl has already cried within 5 minutes of her segments. She done cried the first time we saw her, and she's crying the second time. I said, I hope she ain't about to be, what was that damn girl, Joyful? What the hell was her damn name? She cried every damn time she was on the screen with Red, Barney's ass, with the dreads. What was that damn girl's name? Joyful? Joy something. Joy Nomi, I think her damn name was. So I was just like, okay, what is going on? So we find out that she was in a DV relationship. And this is Rob's sister, by the way. They look just alike, in my opinion. But she was in a DV relationship to where bones were broken. Okay. I couldn't even show y'all the one with the stitches because I just thought it was a little bit too much. But she said that she finally woke up and got up out of there. And she said, had she not got out of there, and she starts crying again, which tells me what she wanted to say was if she didn't get out of there when she did, she probably wouldn't even be here today. Okay. I don't think this girl needs to be in a relationship. I think she does need counseling. I think she needs to find her healing first and the love that she has for herself first before she sits up there and tries to get into a relationship, especially with a relationship with a man who has been in prison for how many years? So yeah, so then at that point, why don't people like being by themselves? I don't know, honey, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it because it really taught me who I am as a person. Almost I've enjoyed it too much because now I'm kind of nervous, especially with, I'm saying, this new situation I got. But I'm like, yeah, you got to learn how to be. Yes, it's okay to be single. It doesn't mean you're lonely. It's okay to be single and figure out what you want and to work on yourself. So with that, the cousin also says that she spoke to Rob's mom, I guess, and Rob's mom had passed. I guess she says that Rob's mom approves of the relationship. And she said when he gets out, they're going to be moving fast and he's going to want to move in with Tia probably within like the first month. And then at that point, Tia said, well, I don't really know where he plans to live. Technically, I don't know where he's going to be at. And so the cousin was like, oh, the young lady is, a family friend. And she was like, young lady, I didn't know that. And I was like, oh boy. So then we find out Rob said that he is like going to Brooklyn. He's going to parole to Brooklyn at this so-called young lady family friend's house. Now, she lives in Bayshore, New York. My New Yorkers up here. Bayshore, New York to the city is a good hour and a half away. That is not close. So the fact that he is going to be in Brooklyn and she lives in Bayshore, yeah, a lot can go on. A lot can go on, especially with this so-called family friend. So at that point, of course, she a little annoyed by the situation and she like, absolutely not. Who is this girl? And so what I feel in this situation, she is going to be paranoid left and right because she's not healed. She already has insecurities or whatever the case may be, even though she's a beautiful girl. But at the end of the day, she needs to work on herself from inside out. But we'll have to see how this goes when it comes to this situation. I love being me and around. I know. And then when you start really enjoying that, it does kind of makes you nervous, like sharing space and it does make me nervous, but hey, at the end of the day, if it's meant to be, it will kind of flow organically. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll flow. I've enjoyed being single, just thinking of myself, right? I enjoy the season of singleness. Yes, Rob has plans made already, don't he though? Now I know that was weird. Okay, I think my Instacart is here, you guys. Hold on just one moment. My Instacart is here. Please hold. And I'm back. And my Instacart is in the house. Praise God. All right. So, with that being said, yeah, I don't know where this one is going to go, but what I do feel is going to be a lot of crying, a lot of insecurities, and a lot of shit, especially because he's a cute guy. He's a pretty boy. Please. They're going to be all on his ass. And she live over an hour away. Okay. That's going to be a big problem. Now I know that was weird when she mentioned the mom. Yeah, some people believe in people, speaking to people who have passed and stuff like that. But child, like at the end of the day, my whole point is that she kind of was caught off guard with this young lady. And I'm like, well, cousin, you looking out for your cousin. Why you didn't tell her this from the beginning? Why is she just now finding this out? Child, they are not going to work. Her jealousy will not allow her to be her to allow her to be herself. I bet you, or to for him to be himself. I'm addicted to my solitude. Ooh, that is a word right there. I'm gonna leave that up, Elizabeth. And hey, Liz, that is a word. I'm addicted to my solitude. Child. If they come, I will see, but my fence is sturdy. Chris, you are speaking to me right now, transitioning as we speak, y'all. I'm telling you. And he wants to play that field. This will not last. We'll have to see. See. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. But with that being said, and again, she's crying in this one. She is a pretty girl. She's a beautiful girl. I don't think she knows that she's beautiful though. And that's the hard part. But she's a beautiful girl. When I saw her, I said, she's a pretty girl. And she represented for the thick girls. Pretty girl. It makes me wonder why she now, don't get me wrong, Rob is handsome, but Rob is also a prison guy. I don't know. I really want to know what is stopping her from meeting. But you know what? Now that I think about it, I only went to Bay Shore a couple of times. How many black folks is in Bay Shore, y'all? Yulee, Teeth, New Yorkers. I don't think it's that many of us in Bay Shore. So maybe if she looking for a brother, there's a lack of opportunities out there. Maybe that's the case. But with that being said, did y'all see the season preview when he said he likes to spend her money? Yeah, here we go. Transitioning back is a challenge. Yes, it is. It's not easy sharing your space after you've been by yourself for so long, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that's what I've been telling myself too, Shayla. So pray for me. Child, pray for me. Ain't officially happened yet, but I can tell you right now, I'm getting anxiety about thinking about that shit. I'll tell you that much. Yes, Rob is gonna be a handful. I'm telling you, ooh, that girl that is upstate mostly. That's what I'm saying. So, you know what I mean? And I don't know what, apparently she has a good job. I don't know what is stopping her from maybe getting closer, but I love Bayshore though. I ain't gonna even lie to you. So yeah, but anywho, let's move on. This girl scares the shit out of me. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. She scares the shit out of me. And y'all know when I look at a picture and how I be looking in the eyes and stuff like that, I be typically spot on. Something ain't right with this girl at all whatsoever. So this is Sam and Krystal. I'ma call him Forrest Gump. Okay. That is his name, Forrest Gump, because he found his Jenny. Okay. Because he is going to wait until the end of time for his Jenny. So yeah, he's Forrest Gump to me. All right. So he literally, I believe, is from Oregon. And he met this damn Krystal on like some inmate app site or whatever. And he ends up falling in love with her like a true gump. Okay. First look, falls in love. Next thing you know, he gets married to her. Mind you, this girl possibly has another 7 years in prison. And like true Forrest Gump fashion, he's gonna wait for his Johnny. Okay, he's gonna wait for her. Now, he is an EMT, all right? And so we find out this freaking chick, psycho, I don't know what y'all want to call her. She don't even look like she got life in her eyes now, even behind the bars, okay? This chick apparently had a substance issue. She got into it with a husband of hers, and next thing you know, she sliced him on the forehead with a butcher, okay? And apparently that got her 14 years in prison. And I said 14 years in prison. Now, mind you, it's Texas. But I didn't think that they would give you 14 years for that. Something tells me she had either other priors or something like that, but 14 years, and the way that she said it, it was just like she was talking about she just ate some food. She's like, yeah, so that's what happened. And I was like, oh, this girl is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Truly off her rocker, okay? So at that point, he ends up getting the call from her or whatever. And, you know, she is very controlling. She's very jealous. And she doesn't want him to go out. She doesn't want him to be around girls. She just wants him to go to work. Mind you, he said he has to work 65 hours per week. He does a lot of overtime to take care of her and her grandma. So the only type of freaking social life he has is with Krystal's damn grandma. And this conversation between him and the grandma almost had me throwing the hell up. But he did say she's super jealous, and he even called her a puppet master. And I'm like, so why in the hell are you in this relationship? So at that point, he ends up reading a letter that Krystal wrote for him, and like a true Gump in Gump fashion, he starts crying just with the moment of literally him reading this damn letter. And I said, oh, she found her a good ass sucker. Kind of remind me of that guy that was from Jersey who bought that girl that truck, got her that apartment in Vegas. That's who he reminds me of. All right. She says, though, Krystal, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, she says that she doesn't trust Sam, but she doesn't trust Sam. She feels like Sam has secrets, but it's because she has secrets. And I'm like, of course you do. In true fashion, of course you would. So all of a sudden, the next time we see him, he's driving and he ends up going to drop off groceries to Krystal's grandmother, okay? And he pretty much said, Krystal said, if you're not willing to take care of her grandmother, she won't be satisfied with you. Child, just a straight up gump. I don't know what else to say. That's some gump shit for real. But also on some weird shit, he calls the grandmama his second wife. And the grandma said when Sam first got there, she thought he saw more in their relationship, but she is not interested in that. What? Did y'all hear that shit? I was like, what the hell is she talking about? And what the hell is going on here? I was like, "Ugh, okay, this is freaking disgusting." So at that point, the grandmother's like, Krystal said he's my man. And the grandmother was like, I'm hurt that she would think, like my own granddaughter would think that I would take her man. And this weird mofo with that goofy smile on his face, that Joker smile, he sits up there and says, Would you? Like, would you take her man? Okay. Um, um, I don't know what to say about this sick shit, but it sounds sick as hell. So then he said in the last 4 years, he spent over 100,000 on this girl. Like I told you, he said he works crazy overtime to take care of himself and to pay for her commissary. And apparently they get into arguments a lot about money, typical user behavior. So she said that she got $100 on her commissary last week, but only has $18 left because she decided to binge watch a TV show. And she was like, it was the best money I've ever spent. And I said, oh, here we go. Here we go. She don't give a damn about you. She's using you, and you dumb enough to be the gump that you are to be used. So at that point, he says he is terrified to disappoint Krystal. And I said, I'm sure you are, because you will. She crazy, just like we can sense that she crazy. She looked like she's off her rocker. And I'm sure that butcher is in the back of your mind, because it seemed to me it didn't take much for that to happen. And 14 years tells me that they feel like she is a major liability to society. Okay? I don't know if Sam lives with the grandma. I'm gonna assume he only goes there to visit and check in on her. He is gonna overwork, and Krystal not gonna care. So basically he is telling us that he has sent her over $25,000 to this woman. You are a doofus. He's Forrest Gump. He's Forrest Gump. Grandma got a houseboy. This is some Netflix shit. Ain't this? I'm telling you, Sam thinks it's cute. They fighting over him. Yeah, because he's probably been that guy who has never been fought over. But that was weird. It was creepy. It was nothing about it being cute. It was creepy as hell, especially with that smile on his face. I was like, oh boy. Oh boy. And the fact that the grandmother actually is still dealing with him tells me that either it's because she knows that she can use him and she ain't got nobody else. But I'm gonna know, typically people who feel that way and feel like that this is a weird situation, they would say, yeah, no, stay the hell away from my house. Like, stay the hell away from my house. But low key, I'm thinking the grandma is happy that he's around, because the grandma financially won't be strapped because he's taking care of Krystal and taking care of her. Okay? So yeah. So this is definitely about to be a weird situation times 1,000. He couldn't wait for two women to fight over him, no matter who it is. Child, just creepy. Talking about the grandma could be the, yeah, exactly. So we're gonna have to see how this goes. To be quite honest, he needs to run while he can. And she's talking about she is going up to the parole board, and that if she is approved, she can be out within a year. Child, I hope she taking some therapy or some type of counseling of some sort, anger management of some sort while she in prison, child, because that's just too much. His co-worker was stressed out in the back. Yeah, for real. He was like, what the hell is going on? But the co-worker was still nice. He was like, hey, Krystal. Oh, he was country. He said, hey, Krystal, how you doing? I was like, all right now. He needs to fly away. He need to do something. He needs to do something. But with that being said, and look, and that's another thing too. Krystal mentioned something about her mother passing while she was in prison. That had to be rough for her for sure. But she just doesn't seem to me. I'm getting insane in the membrane vibes. Insane in the Membrane. Y'all remember that song? Yeah, that's reminding me of her. So moving on to the final couple. This is actually going to be a quick review because it really nothing happened. Y'all know how it is. The drama don't really start when it comes to love during lockup, especially a new cast, until much later. So this is Kate and Hunter. Okay. Yes, Liz, Cypress Hills. Absolutely. Child, I don't know about y'all, but as soon as they showed Scottsdale, Arizona on the damn screen, I almost had an anxiety attack thinking Bianca, that bitch ass, was about to show up. I was like, oh, hell no. Am I on the right show? I said, oh gosh. I was like, ugh. But it's Kate, okay? I'm hoping Kate is nothing like no damn Bianca. Now, with that being said, Kate gets out of the car. She is going into training with her dog. And she says having pets or dogs doesn't make her feel lonely. And I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. She is going to be a target because she's saying she lonely. But here's the thing. She's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl. She's fit. She lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. I really want to know why she can't seem to find a man. Now, she's 38 years old, but in my opinion, and maybe I'm missing something, but usually bachelors in her community, she's not limited. To me, Black women are more limited into finding good Black men. There are good Black men out there, but we do have things working against us when it comes to that. You don't really hear that when it comes to their community. So I'm trying to figure out with her being fit. She don't seem like she got any kids. She just got, her pets or whatever case it be, her fur babies. What's the damn problem? So maybe things are going to unfold. You know what I'm saying? Things are going to unfold in that situation. Joseph, I'm not going to be able to post that because of that K word. You got to do an asterisk on it. But yes, the appropriate song, I absolutely agree. But yeah, I can't post it up there, my brother. I appreciate it though. But yes, Cypress Hill used to be the ish back in the day. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button. But she just may open Pandora's box. No, it ain't no just may. She opened Pandora's box. Yes, for real. So I don't think these two are real. We'll see. We'll see. But to me, she was giving me actress vibes. I mean, she just seems really, like put together. And I'm like, what's going on here? What is going on? But during the training of her dog is stressed out. And the trainer's like, well, what the hell is going on? He's not acting like himself because he wasn't listening. She said, well, there's going to be some adjustments. Hunter is coming out or whatever. So maybe he's kind of sensing that anxiety. And so she says that she met Hunter when he was working at a coffee shop. They dated for about a year before he went to prison, but they stayed in touch as friends. And she said because she felt like having a DUI isn't a major red flag. And I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe not. But there was a couple other things on that damn list that said forgery and identity theft. And I would say that's a big ass red flag. A big ass red flag. A DUI ain't a red flag to you, but all the other stuff on the list wasn't. Ma'am, wake up. Wake up. All right. So, with that being said, she speaks to Hunter. And I mean, not even 2 seconds in, he's like, babe, I got something to tell you. I effed up. And, I'm like, what the heck is he about to tell her? And he's like, it's about the women. And I was like, this is going to be interesting. So we find out that he says that during a video visit, one of the women that he had a visit with, they got a little freaky. And what happened is that I guess a guard heard him, looked back at the videotapes, and he got a violation. And because of that, he may not be getting out when he was expected to come out. So we find out this lady here, Kate, this Kate has decided to allow Hunter to have sugar mamas. She signed him up to these apps that apparently there could be sugar mamas who take care of these inmates. And she says she can't afford to take care of him because she's just a yoga instructor. So she doesn't have the means to help him while he's in prison. So she decided to sign him up so he could sit up there and get money from these women. But there are certain rules and regulations about what he can and cannot do. Now, this fool says, I had almost up to 40 women at one point, but things got too chaotic. So now I'm down to 10. So when she hears this story about him messing up and sitting up there getting a little freaky on the video call, She was like, well, maybe you need to dump these women. Like, maybe you need to just dump them at this point. Cause what do you need them for at this point? Like, you're about to get out. What's the point? He's like, babe, I need to be able to make, get money and take care of myself. And she said, well, how much money are you getting from these girls? And he's like, about 2,000 a month. And I was like, oh, wow. Now, let me ask you this, Hunter. Perfect name, Hunter. How much of that $2,000 you giving to your woman who clearly is struggling on the outside? I'll wait. My guess, he ain't giving her a damn thing. Now, if truly she the one who set you up with that, you should be helping her. Now, also another thing that has me wondering is how the hell are you 38 years old and a yoga instructor, and you haven't tried to figure out life yet on what you're going to do to secure your life a little bit more? I don't know. I know a lot of people, I guess their ultimate goal would just be a yoga instructor if they could. Now, I can understand if you had a yoga studio and you was making money off of that business. But honey, at 38 years old, I'm going to need you to figure out life a little bit more than just saying you're a yoga instructor and you're struggling and you're 2 years away from 40. Now, I know this economy has been bad, so maybe she about to tell us later on that she got laid off from a job or whatever, and it was hard for her to find a job. Then, all right, then I got you. Totally get it, totally understand. And inflation is a bitch. But I'm like, at a certain point, shouldn't you be working 2 jobs, doing something to secure your life? But with that being said, she sits up there and she's like, okay, fine, but you need to eventually get rid of them. And I'm like, child, if you really think he about to get rid of these damn women, you are sadly mistaken. When he gets out, if he's staying with you, you're just a yoga instructor. How are the bills going to get paid? You have another mouth to feed. You have a dog also. So where's he going to get the money? Because let's be clear, he's probably not going to be able to get a job as soon as he gets out. He has a lot of charges, a lot of felonies on his records. So, yeah, he's still going to be calling them women. That's just what it is. He may be telling her that. And pocketing some of that other money. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real here. He could be getting a lot more than what he's telling us. He could. You know what I mean? The economy is bad, Chris. Give a pimp a break. I know the economy is bad, but at the same time, like how many instructors, like you're not probably a yoga instructor all day. So is there a second job you got? Like my whole thing is get 2 jobs. You know what I mean? Hell, as much as I don't like Melissa ass in damn Jersey, she got a full-time job and she a bartender. You know what I'm saying? Kay has a second career. She's Hunter's madam, entitled to a percentage. I don't think she getting that percentage. That's the crazy part about it. Hey, Deborah, maybe it's the NY in me, but it would have been 2,000. Yeah, I mean, look, and here's the thing. I don't put anything past Hunter with his charges also. He could be saying only 2,000, but he getting 4,000 plus and he's stashing the rest of the money. I don't know. I don't necessarily trust them. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. Like I don't trust them. But to me, yeah, times are hard. And when times are hard, you need to find you another opportunity, another job. You know what I'm saying? Unless she can't find one. But I don't know. But what I do know is, baby, and did she say that she worked at the coffee shop with him? Or she just met him at the coffee shop? Go back and work at that coffee shop then. I mean, good grief. And then you about to have him in your house and then you got to take care of him too? She'll hold him. That's why I don't believe it. Kay says she ain't got it for real. I'm just like, too, is Shamia for just letters and a few calls, right? And a few freaky video calls or something. He got exactly in different area codes for real. Hunter is making more in prison than he was at Starbucks. Probably. Which is why I said it's gonna continue. It's gonna continue. And then the crazy part about it is he was like, "Thank you, I love you, and you know what I'm saying? Like I could talk to you about anything and all this mwah, 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 mwah shit." She a damn fool, a damn chump. And then next thing you know, he sits up there and says that things have gotten a little complicated with one of the women. And if Kate finds out, she'll flip out. Complicated, huh? What's complicated about this woman? And if you ask me, he has a complicated situation with more than one woman. With more than one woman. Now, what will be an interesting twist is that one complicated woman also lives in Arizona, and it's going to be a toss up between Kate and this woman. That will be quite interesting. But we'll have to see how real this storyline is because honestly, you know what I'm saying? Hunter also gives vibes like he's in this for the money too. Now, from my understanding, of course, they don't get money when they're in prison, but Hunter gives me model vibes too. He gives me model vibes. So I don't necessarily know how real this relationship is, but we'll have to see. She is a chump. She chumps in a gump. That's why I had my thumbnail. Chumps in a gump. All these ladies will be looking for him and their money when he gets out. Damn right. Damn right. The coffee shop might not want her stinking ass customer service. Like, I really wouldn't want to know how much a yoga instructor gets or how much they get paid. I'm going to assume hourly based on the job. She has to be doing something else besides being a yoga instructor. Like, how are you a yoga instructor getting by? I understand like Arizona is cheaper than certain other states, but a yoga instructor, like, are you in school? You got to be doing something else. So y'all may be right. She may be getting a percentage, and that's why he probably only saying only 2,000 because he may be getting more than that, but she just only get a percentage of that 2,000. I don't know. But something ain't clean in this situation at all. I'm telling you, something ain't right. But with that being said, you guys, that was the end of the episode. Like I said, very basic, just the introduction to the new cast. We still have how many more new people we definitely need to see. Let me go back to the cast list. So we saw Tia, Forrest Gump, Savannah. So we are waiting on the guy with the dreads and the guy in the lower right hand corner or the left hand corner over here. So yeah, so we only have two more couples they need to introduce us to. So we'll have to see. So yeah, two other couples. But this is quite interesting. This if they do it right, if production does it right, we may have a pretty good season, but you know, we don't like to get our hopes up. We don't like to get our hopes up. Um you so old school. I know I am, huh? I am. I'm so old school. It is what it is. It's the 80s in me and the 90s in me. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I hate getting excited. We've been down that road before. It gets exciting, or we think it's going to be exciting, and then they fail. So we'll have to see. This was better than Life After. You think so? You think so? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Looks like they are letting the inmates get out a lot sooner on Love During, if they can get out. But this Krystal girl, she apparently got 7 more years, and as far as I see it, she giving me those eyes that she need to be in there for the rest of her life. I'm sorry. She is giving me, I would have a freaking rabbit on the stove in boiling water vibes. She giving me those vibes. I just, oof. Absolutely not. I'm glad it's new people. Me too. Me too. So we're gonna have to see you guys, but that was it. This is the quickest damn review I think I've done on any of the Life and Love After Lockups. But again, it's just an introduction. So we will have to see next week what this season brings. Y'all let me know which couples you guys are rooting for before we leave. Which couples are you rooting for, or which couples are you rooting against and saying it's not gonna happen? Right now, I have hope for none of them. Sorry, but I have hope for none of them. I think they're all going to fail. I haven't seen one, but what I will say, I'm rooting for people on an individual basis. I'm rooting for Tia to get healed so she can really, you know what I'm saying, mentally get back on track. I'm rooting for Rob to stay on track and stay out of prison and be right with his family or whatever the case may be. But yeah, none of these couples are giving me it can work. It is what it is. But with that being said, let's keep the conversation going in the comment section about who you guys think is going to survive. What do you guys predict for this season? But with that being said, I appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on my next video. Toodles.